Head coach Sean Miller has joined us here at courtside. Coach, congratulations. Your guys came out of the locker room tonight. You could tell they were focused, ready to play, and certainly played well tonight.
You know, we did, and, obviously we respect Oregon State a great deal. I thought the fact that we had 8 turnovers in the game is really an incredible stat, because they ended up having 21, which is different for them, because one thing about Oregon State, they really do a great job of taking care of the ball and not turning it over. And I like to think our defense had a lot to do with them having 21 turnovers. We were active. We did it as a team. There were a lot of guys contributing. So the 21 turnovers for them versus 8 for us, that was a big deal. And then, eventually we broke through, and it was great to see a couple of these three-point shots go in. 10 for 21. And a couple guys getting some confidence here, because we're going to certainly need to make a few here on Saturday.
One of those guys with a lot of confidence, Josh Green, 18 points tonight, 6 assists, 4 steals. He played really well at Stanford, equally well, if not better, here tonight. What have you seen from him lately?
Well, his versatility, he's continuing to embrace that. And, in fairness to both, to all the freshmen, I mean, you got Christian and Zeke, you have Josh and Nico. It's so much is placed on them in terms of responsibility, and we've set the bar so high for them. And that's what they want, but they still, at the end of the day, are 19, and they're still working their way through a lot of moments as a young basketball player in which they have to learn from failure. They have to learn how to do things right, wrong. But those guys have continued to be on the learning track. Their attitude is very, very good. And Josh, it's great to see him settle in and play what I think is his best basketball of his career at Arizona. He's had moments, but I think in this stretch, even in the Bay, one of the things he did a phenomenal job for our team is he defensive rebounded. And when he's active rebounding the ball and he gets out in transition, that's sometimes when our team's at its best.
Somebody lit the fuse on Max Hazzard tonight, which is kind of exciting to see, because he had a heck of a game off the bench, and we've seen it before from him. It's just fun to watch it tonight.
When Max gets going, I mean, as you know, he can make almost like binge three-point shots. He can make 1, 2, 3, and against Colorado and Utah, that homestand, he was a big reason that we had 2 wins and why the point differential in the game was what it is. So my hope is that it leads to Saturday as well. Look, we respect Oregon a great deal. I know that they're down, or were down the last time I checked at ASU, but Oregon is the preseason favorite in our conference. They have no fear. They play hard. They turn teams over. Peyton Pritchard's outstanding, and we have to be at our best. And my hope is we can have our best crowd of the year as well. All
right. I wanted to ask you about free throws. 28 attempts tonight, made 23, outstanding there. Shot 31 at Stanford last Saturday, made 26. The question, though, is how is your team getting to the free throw line more right now?
Well, we're more efficient. The ball gets driven, and in transition, to me, we're more aggressive. Obviously, throwing it to the low post, offensive rebounding, all the things that we started out as far back as early November talking about. It takes time. The other thing that I like about our team is the free throw differential. We're not fouling as much, which early in the year, that was a real negative for us. And, to be able to make more free throws than our opponent attempts, to consistently get to the foul line more than our opponent is a big advantage. And right now we're doing a very good job of that.
And one other quick stat to ask you about, fast break points tonight, 28. I know your guys like the faster pace and able to be aggressive like that. And how much did that lead, again, to being able to outscore Oregon State by, 28-12 on fast break points today?
Well, in the first half, too, they bounce back and forth between their zone and their man. And as you do that, I think in transition sometimes you can be vulnerable. And we really tried to take advantage. Again, I thought Nico and Josh really fueled that. Josh running the court hard and Nico pushing the ball. And as you know, that's something we want to do regardless of who we play. But especially in the first half, we did a good job in that area.
All right. Good one tonight. See you Saturday.
Thank you.
Head coach Sean Miller here courtside as the Wildcats beat Oregon State 89-63.